the clock is ticking on some of the rarest Jefferson nickels ever struck. Hidden in everyday change are 7 ultra-rare Monticello nickels that collectors are paying thousands, and in some cases tens of thousands, for at auction. In this video, we'll count down the top 7 most valuable Jefferson nickels, reveal their hidden features, and show you exactly what to look for before you spend another 5 cents. Number 1. Imagine holding a coin so powerful in history that it was minted during World War II, yet today it could sell for thousands of dollars at auction. This is not just any nickel, this is the ultra-rare 1943 Jefferson 5-cent piece with the P mint mark boldly stamped above Monticello on the reverse. Collectors worldwide are hunting for this coin, and if you know what to look for, it could be hiding in your very own collection or even in a forgotten jar of change at home. The story of this coin begins in the darkest years of World War II when nickel, the metal, was desperately needed for the war effort. To save resources, the United States Mint made a dramatic change, replacing nickel with a special wartime alloy of silver, copper, and manganese. That makes the 1943 Jefferson nickel not only a vital part of American history but also one of the most fascinating collectible coins ever struck. Every time you hold this coin, you're literally holding a piece of the war effort in your hand. One of the most unique features that sets the 1943 Jefferson nickel apart is the oversized mint mark on the reverse. For the very first time in U.S. history, the letter P appeared on a coin to represent the Philadelphia Mint. Instead of being hidden or small, the mint mark was boldly placed above Monticello's dome, making it easy to spot. This detail was introduced so officials could quickly identify these special wartime nickels in circulation, and today it's the key that helps collectors confirm they've discovered the real treasure. But what makes the 1943 P nickel so desirable to collectors is not just the history, it's the rarity and condition. These coins were heavily used during the war and after, and most examples are worn down. Finding one in mint state condition with full steps on Monticello is like striking gold. The sharper the strike, the brighter the luster, and the fewer the scratches, the higher the value climbs. Collectors know that top-grade examples of this coin are almost impossible to find, which drives demand through the roof. Now let's talk about the jaw-dropping market values that make this coin legendary. At heritage auctions, a superb 1943 P Jefferson nickel-graded MS-68 with full steps sold for over $32,000. Another high-grade example crossed the auction block at Stack's Bowers, bringing in more than $29,000. Even coins graded MS-67 have sold for thousands, proving that condition makes all the difference. From a pocket change coin worth a few cents to a masterpiece worth tens of thousands of dollars, this nickel is proof that treasures still exist in plain sight. So what should you look for when hunting for this ultra-rare coin? First, flip the coin and check above Monticello for the large P mint mark. Second, inspect the condition under bright light, looking for sharp steps, clear details, and strong luster. Coins with minimal wear are far more valuable. And don't forget to check coin rolls, old collections, flea markets, and even inherited coin jars, because collectors have found wartime nickels in the most unexpected places. For collectors today, the 1943 P nickel is not just a coin, it's a key piece of numismatic history that combines rarity, historical significance, and soaring demand. Its silver content makes it distinct, its oversized mint mark makes it unique, and its top auction prices make it one of the hottest nickels any collector could dream of owning. If you find one in superb condition, you could be holding a fortune in your hand. Number 2. Imagine pulling a simple nickel from your pocket and discovering it's worth more than a brand new car. What if I told you that a 1975 Jefferson nickel with a tiny D mint mark could be one of the most valuable 5-cent pieces you'll ever lay eyes on? Collectors across the nation are hunting tirelessly for this coin because the right one in the right condition can sell for jaw-dropping prices at major auction houses. Stay tuned, because I'll reveal exactly what makes this coin so special, how to spot one, and the shocking market value it can reach today. The Jefferson nickel has been an American classic since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel and carrying the proud image of Thomas Jefferson. But in the mid-1970s, The U.S. Mint struck nickels in Denver that would later become a collector's obsession. While millions of 1975 nickels rolled off the presses, only a fraction have survived in pristine condition, and those bearing the Denver D Mint mark have become the true treasures. What sets the 1975 D Jefferson nickel apart is not just its age, but the small details that so many people overlook. Look closely at the reverse side of the coin, where the iconic Monticello building is engraved. Sharp details in the steps, clean strikes, and a crisp mint mark can elevate an ordinary nickel into an extraordinary rarity. Collectors often look for what's called full steps on the Monticello, meaning all 6 steps are clearly defined and free of wear. This feature alone can turn a common coin into a highly desirable masterpiece. Rarity is the heartbeat of coin collecting, and the 1975 D Jefferson nickel proves this point better than most. Even though millions were minted, finding one in uncirculated condition with flawless details is like searching for a needle in a haystack. Coins that have survived decades without scratches, dings, or circulation damage are incredibly scarce. That scarcity drives collectors to bid aggressively, and demand continues to grow every single year. And now, the part you've been waiting for, the jaw-dropping market value. In 2019, Heritage Auctions recorded a sale of a 1975 D Jefferson nickel-graded MS-67 with full steps that realized an astonishing price of over $10,000. Another example sold through Stack's Bowers reached nearly $8,000, proving that this coin is a legitimate heavyweight in the world of modern U.S. coinage. While not every 1975 D nickel will fetch this kind of money, the right condition, the right grade, and those sharp Monticello steps can make all the difference. So how can you hunt for one of these treasures today? The first step is to carefully search your change, especially older rolls of nickels from banks, estate sales, or inherited coin jars. Many of these coins have been sitting untouched for decades, just waiting for a sharp-eyed collector to notice the difference. Pay close attention to the mint mark on the reverse, and always check the steps on Monticello under a magnifying glass. If you think you've got a special one, have it graded by a top service like PCGS or NGC, because authentication and condition grading are what separate pocket change from auction gold. For collectors, the 1975 D Jefferson nickel represents more than just money. It's a piece of American history that bridges everyday life and numismatic artistry. Adding one to your collection, especially in top condition, is not only a wise investment but also a point of pride that connects you with generations of coin enthusiasts who appreciate beauty, rarity, and value in their purest forms. Number 3. Imagine holding an ordinary nickel in your hand and realizing it could be worth thousands of dollars. That's the power of the ultra-rare 1964 Jefferson nickel with the D Mint mark struck on the reverse. Most people overlook this tiny detail, but collectors know it hides one of the most valuable and exciting discoveries in modern U.S. coinage. If you've ever thought nickels couldn't bring big money, this coin will change your mind. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video you'll know exactly what to look for, where to find it, and why this particular Jefferson nickel has collectors going crazy at auctions. The story of the 1964 Jefferson nickel begins in a turbulent period of American coinage history. In the early 1960s, a nationwide coin shortage led the U.S. Mint to strike an enormous number of coins in 1964, including the 5-cent Jefferson nickel. Over 1 billion were produced, making it one of the most common nickels of all time. But here's the twist. Within that massive production run, a tiny fraction of coins came out with a special detail: the D Mint mark stamped on the reverse, right next to Monticello, instead of the obverse. This little placement error transformed an ordinary nickel into an extraordinary rarity. What makes this coin truly fascinating is its unique feature: the reverse mint mark. Unlike later issues where the mint mark was consistently placed on the obverse, this transitional detail in 1964 gives the coin an unmistakable identity. Imagine spotting that small D on the back of the coin and realizing you're holding a piece of history that only a handful of people will ever own. Visualize this on screen, zooming into the Monticello building and showing exactly where that mint mark sits. It's the key that unlocks big value. Collectors chase this coin not just for its history, but for its rarity. With billions of ordinary nickels in circulation, the odds of stumbling across the 1964D reverse are incredibly slim. Condition makes the demand even higher, because while many of these coins entered circulation, finding one in gem uncirculated or mint state condition is a once-in-a-lifetime event. That scarcity fuels intense bidding wars whenever one of these surfaces in a major auction. Now let's talk about the jaw-dropping market value. In recent years, collectors have paid astonishing prices for high-grade examples of the 1964 Jefferson nickel with the D reverse mint mark. At a heritage auction sale in January 2021, one coin graded MS-67 sold for an incredible $8,500. Another example at Stack's Bowers in 2019 reached over $6,000. These aren't just isolated sales. Every time a top-condition coin appears, the bidding is fierce and the price keeps climbing. For something you might find in pocket change, that is life-changing money. So where should you look for this treasure? Start by carefully checking all 1964 Jefferson nickels you come across. Focus on the reverse side of the coin and zoom in right next to Monticello to spot the mint mark placement. Coin rolls from banks, old collections sitting in family drawers, or estate sales are some of the best hunting grounds for hidden rarities like this. Don't underestimate garage sales or flea markets either, because many people simply see a nickel, while you'll see potential gold. For collectors, the tip is always the same: condition is king. Even a circulated example has value, but if you find one in mint state, certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC, you're sitting on a small fortune. Always store coins properly in protective holders to maintain their condition, and consider professional grading if you suspect you have the reverse D variety. Remember, provenance and certification dramatically increase collector demand and final sale prices. The 1964 Jefferson nickel with the D on the reverse isn't just another coin, it's a hidden gem that transforms 5 cents into thousands of dollars. Its history, rarity, and stunning market value make it one of the most exciting coins in modern U.S. numismatics. So keep searching, because the next incredible discovery might be sitting quietly in your change jar right now. Number 4. What if I told you that the change sitting in your coin jar could be worth thousands of dollars? Imagine finding a Jefferson nickel dated 1985 with the tiny Denver D mint mark and realizing it's not just pocket change. It's an ultra-rare collector's prize that can sell for staggering amounts at major auctions. In the next few minutes, I'll take you inside the history of this coin, the features you need to spot, the jaw-dropping values it has reached, and the secrets of where you might actually find one today. The Jefferson nickel has been a proud symbol of American currency since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel and showcasing Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his iconic Monticello home on the reverse. By 1985, the design had already been circulating for decades, but the nickels minted in Denver that year produced some incredible rarities. The mint struck millions, yet coins that survived with flawless details became the true standouts that collectors are still chasing to this day. The unique features of the 1985 D nickel are what make it special. On the obverse, you'll notice the bold image of Jefferson, but the real magic is on the reverse side with Monticello. Collectors search for nickels that show crisp full steps, where every step on Monticello is sharp and complete without wear. Having those perfect steps, along with a strong strike and no blemishes, instantly launches this coin into the realm of high-value rarities. Rarity is always tied to condition, and the 1985 D Jefferson nickel is no exception. While millions were minted, very few have survived the test of time in mint state condition with full steps. Circulation quickly wore down most coins, and even small marks can drop the value dramatically. This scarcity is why certified gems are so heavily in demand, and it explains why serious collectors compete fiercely whenever one of these rare nickels comes to market. Now let's talk about the money side, because this is where the 1985 D nickel gets truly exciting. Heritage Auctions recorded a stunning sale of a 1985 D Jefferson nickel graded MS-67 with full steps for more than $3,000 in 2021. Another example sold at Stack's Bowers for over $2,500, proving that this is no ordinary pocket change. With collectors paying premium prices for top-grade examples, the 1985 D nickel is firmly on the list of modern rarities that deliver big rewards. So how do you find one of these treasures yourself? The best place to start is by searching through old rolls of nickels from banks, estate collections, or even jars of coins passed down in families. Pay very close attention to the Denver D mint mark on the reverse, then examine the steps on Monticello with a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. If you think you've spotted a coin with full steps and a clean strike, the smartest move is to have it graded by PCGS or NGC to secure its authenticity and unlock its true market potential. For collectors, the 1985 D Jefferson nickel is more than a coin. It's a modern American rarity that combines history, artistry, and serious financial potential. Adding one to your collection in top condition is not only an investment but also a thrilling achievement that connects you to a growing community of treasure hunters who understand the true value of small details. Number 5. Imagine holding a nickel in your hand that looks completely ordinary, but in reality, it could be worth more than a luxury vacation. That's exactly the story of the 1990 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark, a coin that collectors crave and auction houses celebrate. In the next few minutes, you'll learn its history, the details that make it stand out, the massive values it has brought at auction, and how you might discover one hiding in your own change. The Jefferson nickel has been a cornerstone of American coinage since 1938, proudly featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his legendary home, Monticello, on the reverse. By 1990, the series had already been in circulation for more than 50 years. But the Philadelphia Mint struck coins that year that would become some of the most desirable modern nickels. While millions rolled out of the presses, only a rare fraction struck with extraordinary sharpness and preserved in pristine condition became the collector's dream pieces we talk about today. The unique features that make the 1990 P nickel special are hidden in the fine details. On the obverse, Jefferson's profile should appear bold and clean, with no weak spots or flat areas. On the reverse, Monticello tells the real story, coins showing the famous full steps, meaning all the steps at the base of the building are fully defined and untouched by wear, are the true rarities. Add to that a crisp P mint mark and no blemishes, and suddenly you're looking at a coin worth far more than 5 cents. Condition is the heart of value in coin collecting, and with the 1990 P nickel, condition is everything. Circulated examples are common, but finding one in mint state condition with sharp full steps is like striking gold. The challenge of finding flawless coins after decades of circulation makes these rare survivors incredibly valuable to collectors, who are willing to pay premium prices to own them. The scarcity of top-grade coins keeps demand high, ensuring these nickels are always hot on the market. Now let's talk about the exciting part, the jaw-dropping market value. In 2021, Heritage Auctions recorded the sale of a 1990 P Jefferson nickel-graded MS67 with full steps that reached more than $2,500. Another gem-quality example sold through Stack's Bowers for close to $2,000, proving just how much collectors are willing to pay for these modern rarities. Not every coin will reach these highs, but the right grade combined with those flawless steps on Monticello can absolutely command four-figure prices. So how do you track down one of these treasures today? The best starting point is to dig into coin rolls from banks, estate sales, or inherited collections that have been sitting untouched for years. Look closely at every 1990 nickel you find, and check the reverse for sharp detail and Monticello's steps. A jeweler's loupe or magnifying glass is your best friend for spotting these small but valuable differences. And if you believe you've found a winner, sending it off to PCGS or NGC for professional grading could unlock its true market potential and put you on the path to an incredible payday. For collectors, the 1990 P Jefferson nickel is more than a simple piece of currency. It's a symbol of how overlooked modern coins can become hidden treasures. Owning one in top condition is both an investment and a statement of dedication to the craft of collecting. These coins prove that history, rarity, and value can be found in the change we handle every single day, and that's what keeps the thrill of the hunt alive. Number 6. Imagine reaching into your pocket and pulling out a nickel that looks completely ordinary, but in reality, it could be worth thousands of dollars. That's the shocking truth behind the 1984 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark, a coin that has captured the attention of serious collectors and auction houses alike. In this video, we'll uncover its history, the unique features that make it valuable, the record-breaking sales it has achieved, and how you can still find one today if you know where to look. The Jefferson nickel has been part of American history since 1938, replacing the beloved Buffalo nickel with a new design honoring Thomas Jefferson and his iconic home, Monticello. By 1984, this coin had already been in circulation for nearly half a century, but the Philadelphia Mint produced nickels that year that would eventually become modern rarities. Millions were struck, yet only a select few were preserved in pristine condition, and it is these survivors that continue to excite collectors worldwide. What makes the 1984 P. Jefferson nickel stand out are the small but powerful details. On the obverse, Jefferson's profile should appear sharp and fully struck, but the real magic lies on the reverse with Monticello. Coins that show the famous full steps, where each step at the base of Monticello is fully visible without breaks, are the ones collectors fight for. Add in a strong P mint mark and a flawless surface free of scratches or blemishes, and you've got a 5-cent coin that transforms into a rare and highly valuable treasure. Rarity and condition go hand in hand when it comes to this nickel. While everyday circulated coins from 1984 are common and worth face value, high-grade mint state examples with full steps are extremely difficult to locate. Decades of circulation wore down most coins quickly, leaving very few in gem condition. This scarcity in the top grades drives up collector demand and keeps the 1984 P nickel on the radar of serious numismatists who know how hard they are to secure. Now let's talk about the exciting part: the market value. In 2020, Heritage Auctions sold a 1984 P Jefferson nickel graded MS67 with full steps for over $1,700. Another example graded at the same level reached more than $1,500 through Stack's Bowers. These record-setting sales prove that the 1984 P nickel is a modern rarity that commands serious money when it appears in top condition at auction. While most nickels from 1984 will never come close to these prices, the rare gems with flawless strikes continue to impress the collecting world. So where should you look to find one of these valuable nickels today? The best hunting grounds are bank rolls of nickels, coin jars from the 1980s, estate collections, and inherited coin boxes that have been stored away for years. Pay very close attention to every 1984 nickel you come across, checking the reverse for sharp detail in the steps of Monticello. Using a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe will help you catch those important features that separate a regular nickel from a high-value rarity. If you think you've found a strong candidate, sending it to PCGS or NGC for grading is the smartest move to confirm its authenticity and reveal its true worth. For collectors, the 1984 P Jefferson nickel is more than just money. It's a symbol of the hidden treasures still out there in circulation. Owning one in high grade is not only a smart investment, but also a point of pride that connects you to the thrill of the hunt and the artistry of American coinage. Every rare survivor tells a story of resilience, beauty, and value that collectors can appreciate for generations. Number 7. What if I told you that a nickel without a mint mark could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? That's right, a simple 1979 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark, a coin most people overlook, has become a hot item among collectors and investors. This unassuming piece of change has shocked the numismatic world with its rarity, beauty, and market value, and today I'll reveal everything you need to know, including how you might find one hiding in your very own pocket. The Jefferson nickel has been part of American coinage since 1938, celebrating the legacy of President Thomas Jefferson and his Monticello home. By 1979, the Philadelphia Mint was producing millions of nickels, and these coins were distinguished by having no mint mark. While most of these coins were struck for everyday use, a small number with exceptional quality, brilliant strikes, and pristine preservation became modern treasures that collectors are still chasing to this day. The features that make the 1979 no mint mark nickel stand out are subtle but powerful. On the obverse, Jefferson's portrait should appear bold, sharp, and fully struck, while on the reverse, Monticello reveals the real test of rarity. A coin with full steps on Monticello, where every step is sharp and complete, instantly skyrockets in value. Combine that with a flawless surface, bright luster, and strong eye appeal, and suddenly you're looking at one of the most desirable nickels from the late 1970s. Condition is the key factor that drives demand for this coin. Circulated examples are common, and most are only worth face value, but finding a gem-quality uncirculated piece is incredibly rare. Decades of circulation have left most of these nickels with scratches, nicks, and flat details, which is why collectors pay top dollar for those rare survivors in mint state with full steps. It's the scarcity of these high-grade coins that keeps demand strong and values soaring. Now let's talk about the exciting part, the jaw-dropping market value. In 2017, Heritage Auctions sold a 1979 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark graded MS67 with full steps for more than $3,000. Another top-grade example reached nearly $2,000 at a Stack's Bowers auction in 2019. These sales prove that this nickel, when found in pristine condition, is far from ordinary pocket change. It's a modern rarity commanding serious attention in the collecting world. So where can you hunt for one of these treasures today? The best place to start is with coin rolls from banks, estate sales, or even coin jars that have been sitting in families since the 1980s. Carefully examine every 1979 nickel you find, looking closely at the steps on Monticello under a magnifying glass. If the steps are sharp and complete, you could be holding a valuable piece of numismatic history. And remember, sending your find to PCGS or NGC for grading is the smartest move, because authentication and condition grading are what separate pocket change from high-value auction results. For collectors, the 1979 no mint mark Jefferson nickel is more than just a 5-cent coin. It's a symbol of the hidden treasures that still exist in circulation today. Owning one in high grade is both an investment and a point of pride, representing the beauty of American coinage and the thrill of discovery. This coin proves that even modern issues can carry incredible value when rarity, condition, and collector demand come together. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this inspires you to start searching your nickels more carefully. If you enjoyed learning about the ultra-rare and valuable 1979 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark, don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment to share if you've ever found a special Jefferson nickel, and subscribe for more incredible coin stories where everyday change turns into treasure.